Game 3, round 5 of Suncorp Super Netball comes to you from Ken Rosewell Arena, involving two teams craving, desperate for a win. The Lightning 1 and 3. They've dropped their last two in agonising circumstances against the Giants 0 and 4. But desperate teams often deliver great theatre, and we can't wait for this game. Matt Russell, Stacey Francis-Bayman and Kath Cox with you in commentary. Kath, we've seen a couple of blowouts to open the round. I think this one's a bit closer. Absolutely
going to be closer this game. I feel like it's going to be 2 or 3 goals. You heard Stacey Francis-Bayman call for overtime, and that could well happen too. I think these sides match up really well, and particularly without Courtney Bruce and Cassidy, it probably evens the playing field even more.
The time is now for these teams as we look at the Woolworths team card for the Lightning. Kath, give us a couple of talking points from that lineup.
Well, one player to watch for me is definitely Steph Fretwell. We've heard of managed load over and over again this season thus far. She alluded to the fact that's not been the case recently, and she's fired up, ready to go. But I do love this defence, and the two Hinchliffe sisters. Maddie being brought in, was their 11th players, now being elevated with Courtney Bruce out. And Ash Irvin is having a brilliant season. And what a play to test yourself on when you come up against an English international in Jo Hart.
Jo Hart will hope to get back to her best form. Her parents in the house, I believe, Kath. They've come from England to watch Jo Hart deliver, hopefully, for the Giants, who've lost all 4 games, 2 by 19. Last weekend it was by 20 against the Thunderbirds. So the Giants fans are in Ken Rosewell Arena and hoping their team delivers. It's Giants Essential Services Round. Great recognition to men and women who do such important work in the community, and an SES volunteer will deliver the ball. Thank you, Maya Stewart, delivering the ball today. So the scene is set. Centre pass, Lightning Giants, as round 5 continues on Fox Netball.
Oh, straight away!
All the way. She was looking for Hinchliffe, Maddie. And there's disruption coming from the Giants. Is that a statement of intent?
100% a statement, and particularly from Chelsea Pittman, who didn't get the start last week. So she really wants to prove a point, as does Jodie-Ann Ward.
Jodie-Ann Ward off that fantastic season last year as a Magpie. Suncorp Super Netball Team of the Year. Intercepts, deflections, the whole box and dice. And now Fretwell finds Conan, the ever-accurate Kana Conan, as the Lightning get on the board first for Belinda Reynolds.
Advantage of struck, contact, wing defence, circle edge.
Well, smart work, Chelsea Pittman. She stepped into the play and pulled the penalty.
Harton finding Dwyer.
Obstruction, goalkeeper.
So Tara Hinchliffe can't do much about that, and the crowd shows its appreciation. They want to go goal for goal with the Lightning and then pull ahead. They'd love a lead because they've been such strugglers in the first quarter this season, the Giants. In fact, they've only won 2 of their 16 quarters. Whereas Fretwell and Conan have collected 9 of their 16, but only won the 1 game because of those tight finishes.
Contact, wing defence.
Sophie Dwyer puts it in the air for Pittman.
Well, Chelsea Pittman's found herself undefended on a couple of occasions in the pocket, but she can make it work from there. And what a move on the baseline from Jo Hart.
Nicely fed by Jamie Lee Price, who has twice as many Nissan net points on average this season than any other Giant. The Diamond superstar maintaining her form in a battling team so far.
That's it.
No team has lost the first 5 games of a Suncorp Super Netball season and gone on to make finals.
Keep your eye on this battle between Lizzie Watson, you just saw it there, and Sam Winders as she collects herself from the floor. Liz Watson, we know, is going to touch the ball a lot, and Winders has been in her face early.
The Australian Diamond against the Silver Fern, and the crowd likes that. All possession with the Giants. They'll get the next centre pass as well.
Oh,
build some confidence here, Kat.
Yeah, great take there, Sophie Dwyer. And look at her put the jets on to get back into the circle.
This is energetic from the Giants. Jo Hart at post.
Obstruction, goal defence.
And they have the lead.
Maddie, that's actually a really good way to put it, because it was the energy that wasn't there last week. It felt like they were just going through the motions against the Adelaide Thunderbirds. Far more pep on everything.
And the Thunderbirds off that big win in the previous game by 22 against the Mavericks. Last night, the Fever by 36 against the Firebirds. So big margins. But do we get back to goal for goal here? Tara Hinchliffe to Fretwell. Now Conan with Watson always busy through that mid-court, but they cough it over.
Oh, well,
And
straight
now,
back though. Love the defensive work, and that's exactly how to win ball back, is get straight back at the job at hand.
Tara Hinchliffe and Maddie Hinchliffe starting this game now. Cara Conan, they played all of the 2022 season together, of course, before last year Maddie was at Collingwood and Tara was recuperating from that ACL.
You just see there in the Harvey Norman replay, the defensive work straight away from the Giants.
So Fretwell, little mid-ranger, makes it look easy. We worried about her after that round 2 ankle injury, and clearly it troubled her for the last couple of weeks, but she assured us pre-game it's good. Nothing to see here, play on. And the form is backing that up again. Jamie Lee Price working in conjunction well with Harton.
Oh, how's the move then? Straight down the middle. And I love how Mai just did that big, long, sweeping move and then put the speed on at the top of the circle.
Conan edges the Lightning back in front. Stacey Francis Bayman, nearly 5 minutes gone in this first quarter. What are your observations?
It is. I think a ferocious start to the game. We're seeing a great level of ball speed from the Giants. Typically, we know them as a 3, sometimes 4-second team, but they're really just letting it go. Lightning playing much more through the front off of their centre pass. Last week, bizarrely, Kahalia Cassidy had the most amount of first phase receives in the team, but now they're really utilising the weapons they have on attack.
Yeah, good point. Underlining maybe some uncertainty.
Well, I think too, I mean, I know that Fretwell and Watson play together with the Australian Diamonds, but you put them together domestically, playing week in, week out, it takes a while for them to work out who does what role. They're both big playmakers in their sides, and now they have to work together.
Yeah, one thing to have huge production, like we know that Liz Watson always does, but bringing it in sync with a new team can take some time.
Still absolutely smashing all the records though, Liz Watson. First for pickups, first for feeds, first centre pass receives.
Second for Nissa net points, behind only Molly Jovic. At the Mavericks, here's Sophie Dwyer, showing us her accuracy from a tricky spot. Lisa Mai to Watson, with Fretwell on the move. And there's Cara Conan, able to find the backspace and find another goal.
Cara Conan, the dominant shooter on court, sitting at 6 from 6, 100%.
Chelsea Pittman, so much experience she brings to the team.
Swing defence, contact advantage offside. Your leg. Yeah.
So Tara Hinchliffe just identified there for the penalty, and now again Sophie Dwyer right on the edge of the Suncorp super shot arc. She gives Joe Harton a better look, and we're level again. It's got that feel about it, doesn't it? I think Julie Fitzgerald realises the same. It's been a lot of easy minutes for the veteran coach this season.
Oh, Jodie Ward, she was in the air for an eternity.
Great springs. Fantastic elevation. She's so good to watch in that defensive role.
Already, I feel like we're seeing more from Jodie Ward than we have this season. Just at the start of this game, she seems to be in everything. Have a look at this Harvey Norman replay. And down the other end in the blink of an eye.
It's efficient, isn't it, Kath, except without the score. And Ash Irvin, a nice rebound over the baseline, but keeps it in play.
Yeah, shame they couldn't finish that off. The first miss for the Giants, and it was a beautiful build-up.
Now Watson colliding with McDonald. Steph Fretwell able to get away from Jodie Ward. Back to Conan. So a 2-goal lead here for the Lightning, and centre pass. Fretwell with Conan on the move. Nice drive.
Oh, look at that ball movement. Straight down the middle of the court, to the side, to the top, straight in. Barely in the hands for longer than a second.
Are they falling into groove here? Some testing moments for Ward and McDonald at the defensive end for the Giants, and there's a bullet pass. Beautiful. The feed for Joe Harton, and a much-needed settling goal.
Oh, big opportunity here. Ward penalised a long way from home, so if the Lightning are fast, they'll get it in the circle quickly. Oh, didn't go too direct, but they got it there eventually.
So there is some net points, an early leader. Steph Fretwell, well, actually, she's level with Pittman. Any question marks over that ankle seem to be evaporating pretty quickly.
Well, any question marks over Joe Harton too? I mentioned she looked proppy last week, but everything she's winning out on today is a dodge on that baseline. That's going to test any sort of injury.
The Lightning went down in extra time against the Thunderbirds last week against the Mavericks. They let the lead slip late to be beaten by one, 65-64. Not a great reliance on the super shot this season for Lightning. The Giants at the other end of the spectrum, partly by necessity. So we'll see what their preference is today as we hit that final 5 minutes. The power five.
Oh, Joe Harton, so smart. Straight away, the ball swung behind her, sets the screen up, and then Chelsea Pittman recognises the eyes are down on Tara Hinchcliffe, straight over the shoulder.
117 international caps for Joe Harton. 182nd National League game. Plenty of experience, and she's showing that here. Her team needs her. The co-captain lift today as we head into an HCF tactical timeout.
In the 1 point netball. Great job grinding that out. Really good job. Now in the 2 points, we don't sink deep into that 2, yes? So we toy around when the shooters receive it in that 1, just toy it around. Ready to come back out. Be alive on the edge. Be quite clean in defence. We don't want them to have stoppages on the midcourt, all right? Get our angle. Just watch their depth. So just their what's their... We can come together more.
Earlier, yeah.
Just get that. They're getting depth. Even in the 2 point, push up for those lateral balls. Keep them off circlage, yeah? Works well when you came off the line sometimes and give Liz the line. If you see Steph start a bit deeper, we need some options from the back as well. Yeah. Alrighty? Good job, guys. This is really good job. Remember, gear 3 and pressure from all 7. Let's go.
You've been listening in to Belinda Reynolds in her 2nd year in charge of the Lightning. Of course, a premiership assistant at the Fever. The Lightning this year, Kath, they're scoring more than the Giants, they're giving up fewer than the Giants, and their centre pass to goal rate much better than the Giants. And again today, they're above 90%. Statistically, it looked like the Lightning had an edge coming into this, but that was before Mahalia Cassidy and Courtney Bruce were ruled out, on top of course, losing Ava Black earlier in the season.
Yeah, they've been clinical to start this game, haven't they? And off the back of what they've been doing, but that's another good tip from Chelsea Pittman. And the coaches loving it.
And stats only go so far in the face of determination, grit and grind. Stacey was listening into the Giants in that last timeout, that HCF timeout, as Harton scores for the Giants. Stacey, what was said in that huddle?
Some really clear instructions from Nerida to the defenders about where she wants them to force ball to land on first phase and have a better awareness of who's not going over the line so that they can contest second phase, stop it from going deep and giving that easier access into the circle.
So the Giants trailing by as many as 3 early in this first quarter. They've got it back to 1 and can lock us up or take the lead in this power 5. The Suncorp super shot. Sophie Dwyer, front of the ring, and the rebound by Irvin, fantastic.
Yeah, she's got the height advantage, Irvin, doesn't she? But it was just beautiful timing as well.
The 20-year-old, the youngster in this Lightning lineup. Here's Steph Wood.
Well, she could have
Steph
easily...
Fretwell,
yeah.
there's my first indiscretion of the first of many, Kath.
Don't worry about that. I did it 1,000 times last week. But She could have taken that ball in the 2. She had the split, chose to step into the closer foot, Steph Fretwell.
Unsuccessful with the super shot, she gets the rebound. It bounced off hands, back to Fretwell. Cara Conan doesn't miss from there. But Stacey, I'll bring you in on Ash Irvin. Watching her performances this year, she looks to have confidence, she looks to be assured in that defensive role as a great international defender. Give us your take on Ash Irvin again.
Oh, I don't know about that, but what I do know is Ash Irvin is having great influence on this game against more than worthy opponent. Her ability for me to pick up the rebound, so just those tiny 1%ers that make a huge difference for the team, has been excellent so far this game, but she's going to need to put in 60 minutes. She's also going to need to make sure she's over those 2-point shots.
Super shot from Jo Harton.
Jo Harton turning it on in front of mum and dad here at Ken Rosewall Arena. And see another miss there from Steph Fretwell.
She's 8 from 8, including making her only super shot, that most recent score. Remembering the Giants have not won a first quarter this season. Is tonight the night? Harvey Norman replay.
Have a look again, though, at the athletic ability in the air from Jodie Ann Ward, and she's a lot shorter than Cara Conan.
Cara eventually finds the mark.
Still hasn't missed Cara Conan, doing all the damage. There she is at the top of the scores.
So Cara Conan, 6'3" in the old talk. Jodie Ann Ward, 5'10". You got 190 centimetres against 178. Kat, there you go. It's a fair advantage for Cara, but the springs in the knees of Jodie Ann Ward will make it very interesting. Dwyer finding Price on the charge, quick from Harton.
What I'm loving about the Giants tonight is in this attack line, they're keeping it short, flat, quick. It's not too loopy in the air too long, which the Giants can be guilty of.
And now they're sinking the Suncorp super shots. It points to a team that, despite being 0-4, still believes, still has the confidence.
Absolutely, and it will be great to see Dwyer really start to nail those super shots again, sitting second in the league for them at 63%.
Another result for the home team.
Well, that contact is the work that Sam Winders has been doing. As I mentioned at the start of the game, she's really been in the face of Lizzie Watson.
You're absolutely right, Kath. It is a scintillating battle to watch, and really interestingly, right before that moment, complete miscommunication on the centre pass attack. She had her hands in the air. This is Liz Watson, not knowing what she was doing, went into that moment, I think, slightly frustrated. And
the Giants are in front. Into the final minute of this first quarter, Pittman back for Ward.
Contact, wing defence.
Maddie Hinchcliffe with the penalty. And Jamie Lee Price to Harton to use the reach.
Oh, I just love that take from Jo Harton. It's like she's got all the time in the world.
Not much Tara Hinchcliffe could do about it. Lisa Mai.
Oh, Riley Batcheldor's entered the court. Goal shooter. So another one that will go to post from distance.
Steph Fretwell for 2, bottom of the nets. It's 17-17. Do the Giants take the final shot of the first quarter? Do they find their first opening quarter win of the season?
Well, they're going to have to be quick about it if they want to. 11 seconds.
Here's Jo Harton for 2, and the lead. The co-captain has it rim out, but they get the deflection, and now they throw it away. Time expires. We said it would be close, and we don't fib. It is 17-17. We've got a good one. Game 3, round 5, Suncorp Super Netball, and we're back to Ken Rosewall Arena right after this.
Do you want that other one cutting the middle channel or the same channel?
Oh, middle, I think.
Yeah.
Because all the way across the line might drag it too much. Pretty much as long as it's on the same one, I don't think.
Yeah, totally.
And if it goes forward,
Yeah.
The Origin Energy quarter-time huddle. It is great to bring you the sights and sounds of Suncorp Super Netball on Fox Netball. Interesting to hear Giants specialist coach Nerida Stewart also praising the Giants. Love their variety, love their application and intention. So they feel like they've found the right niche here today, the Giants.
Yeah, absolutely. Far happier at camp than it was last week against the Adelaide Thunderbirds. They look pumped up. There's plenty of smiles on the faces of both the players and the coaching staff. Lots of positives being said. And they'll come out with a bit of momentum here, I think, the Giants, just off the back of all that great talk.
Well, Stacey Francis-Bayman, what was being said at the Lightning huddle in quarter time?
I think the Lightning were very mindful that lots of their centre pass went through the back door last week. Really talking about making sure that they've got second phase on depth, that there's one-on-one off the line, happy with their shooter-to-shooter ball and their one-point shots, really want to change the angles and kill the defenders in the attacking end.
Quarter time thanks to Origin Energy. The Lightning, there's their diamond front court. Fretwell, Conan. Get to see the Hinchliff sisters on the court together at the same time again. For the first time since 2022, Tara, Maddie. Good netball in the first quarter, Kat.
Yeah, great netball and really clinical from both sides. The Giants just 2 turnovers and just 3 to the Lightning, so they continue that path, and it's going to be a very low game in terms of errors. And considering how much is on the line, that is impressive stuff from both teams.
So Lisa Maimai with the centre pass to start this second quarter. Fretwell quickly to Watson, on to Conan. Blink and you miss it. What a way to start the second.
Was that?
Now, hand to ball. Deflection there from Tara Hinchliff.
Well, umpire's vision, how good's that? That was so far off the ball at the time. So really making sure they keep an eye on everything going on. Joe Harton is here to play.
Mum and Dad will do that.
Wow. That was an extremely strong take. Means business.
Now Pittman's pass deflected by the Lightning. They get the ball back. They did have the advantage in the first quarter in terms of goals from game 3-1.
Well,
here's Fretwell.
An area they got to pick up on those. 6 passes down court with not a single defender on it. And it all came from that tip from Irvin.
This time Winders proves a nuisance. Watson.
Oh!
A held ball from Lisa Maimai. Is that a quick 3 seconds, Kath?
It felt quick, it did, but that tends to happen when the players are looking frantic and running out of options.
Jodie Ann Ward, a long ball from McDonald. She makes it look easy. Winders. Now Jamie Lee Price, Dwyer. Hart wants an option.
Yeah, the pace on this Giants attack line is not something we've seen a whole heap, but my gosh, it is winning for them.
Good shot, Dwyer. They've been shooting efficiently, the Giants coming in. They had the poorest shot percentage in the league at 76.
Well, you can see Joe Harton there pushing Sophie Dwyer. Used to almost as a screen to create space for herself.
Stony-faced Julie Fitzgerald. She realises there's a long way to go in this game, a long way to go in the season. Fretwell.
Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't like that. Steph Fretwell into the circle, undefended.
Lisa Maimai drawing the contact there.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having another look at that one if we can. Jamie Lee Price was guilty of quite a heavy shoulder into a player last week. It was Shamira Sterling-Humphrey. That one wasn't quite the same, but Maimai, I think, set it up quite nicely to take the contact.
I'm going to look at that one again in a moment.
Yeah, unlucky Jodie Ann Ward, exactly. Cara Conan saying ball placement. Get it away from Jodie Ann Ward.
Let's have a look at that Lisa Maimai incident right here. We know that Jamie Lee Price takes no prisoners.
Yeah,
one of the great physical defenders in the world.
It was smart work from Maimai, and there is a little bit of netball revenge. Oh, the push and the shove. Liz Watson straight up to Jamie Lee Price. Get out of my face.
This means something, doesn't it? The winless Giants against the Lightning 1 and 3 and Sophie Dwyer. As always, looking so assured. What about that?
Oh, love that. These two are great mates. There is a lot on the line.
Diamond's teammates.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. So interesting to see that.
World Cup winners pushing and shoving their way. They hope towards a Suncorp Super Netball win.
Well, again, sharp and no one on Liz Watson. So she's having a field day. That's her second double play.
Now Fretwell goes to Watson. And there's more contact. Jamie Lee Price and Watson.
Those two are almost a carbon copy of each other in terms of strength and build. So it's going to be a cracker if they end up on each other.
Fretwell finds the goal. But the body language from the Giants looks really good, Kath. You know, a quarter and a bit gone. They're energetic. They look happy. There's a smile on the face when things go right.
Yeah,
they don't look like a team under siege.
Not at all. And it really is this attack line speed for me today. It looks sharp. It looks confident, as you say. They're letting the ball go like they've been having a great season.
Collingwood lost the first 4 games in 2022 and made the finals. And the Giants follow the same path, starting with a win tonight.
In the circle.
Fretwell for Conan. And the visitors, the Lightning, edge back in front by 1. An HCF timeout called by the Lightning. What does Belinda Reynolds want to relay to her team?
Yeah, it's a hard one to know at this stage of the game why coaches call timeouts, given the scoreline too. Just one the difference. Obviously, Julie Fitzgerald's seen a little something that she wants to nip in the bud. She's still looking very positive though. Let's have a listen.
You've got to come off that little bit and give yourself some room and a little bit of first ball contest outside of the circle, all right? But you're getting very static as the ball gets to the edge and you have to come into the circle. Good efforts in defence there, both of you, all right? Keep that up.
Just have a talk about the zero phase in your unit. For us, we're taking the centre pass way too high. So that's got to be the track on next day.
Pressure down here, keep it up, all right? They're going to
You on that halfway to finish pretty on that one.
on top of
Yeah, so we won that second, that first phase, nice and short, and then there's a up. Yeah?
And don't be frightened to go deep and come back if you need it, okay? So we don't have a minute.
It's hard trying to listen to 2 conversations at once. Julie Fitzgerald and Joe Hart barking the instructions there.
Yeah, Julie Fitzgerald really targeting that conversation towards Tilly McDonald, saying she doesn't want her static. She's got to be on her toes, ready to have a fly and stuff. But it's hard when the ball's streaming down the court as quickly as it is. And I might just double check this for Stacey, but there's got to be more defensive pressure out the front, so Tilly McDonald's not stuck with the ball smack bang in front of her.
Absolutely, the ball speed is what is winning it for both teams. Centre pass conversion is really, really high. Teams aren't necessarily having any impact or slowing the ball down defensively. And as goalkeepers especially, but certainly as defenders outside, you want the ball to come in at a distance and much slower to give you time.
And there was a bounce pass from Chelsea Pittman, the wing attack. More than 50 Nissa net points already on the back of 9 centre pass received, 17 feeds, 6 goal assists.
You know what that is? That's Julie Fitzgerald. Do not leave me on the bench again in the starting 7. She's showing her what she's capable of, reminding her of her skill set.
Jamie Lee Price at circle edge, working in with Sophie Dwyer. Sophie shooting well again. Watson. Lisa my now. Fretwell, tricky distance. Easy to goal, says Steph.
Yeah, not for Steph Fretwell. Oh, again!
Oh, Sophie Dwyer thought she'd thrown it wrong.
Well, the speed on that second phase and the connection straight down the middle of the court from the Giants has been almost seamless.
Send to third. Send to third, send up, send on the play, send to third. Advantage moving off.
Hinchliffe through my. Fretwell puts it in the air, uses the height of Conan. The advantage there over Jodie-Ann Ward. Nice execution, Lightning.
Yeah, Conan 16 from 16.
She came into this shooting the ball at 93%, third in the league. Hasn't taken a Suncorp super shot yet this season, Cara Conan. Sophie Dwyer, the Lightning fairly restrained in terms of their two-point shooting.
Well, it's offensive contact, so the turnover happening in the blink of an eye.
Tara Hinchliffe working in with Eagland on the floor now. And we get to see the other training partner, Annie Miller, today as my. She put a foot out of play.
Well,
Lightning will keep the ball.
The whole crowd thought that. They still do. Have a listen to them.
So the Giants now, Julie Fitzgerald calling an HCF timeout.
This screams so much to me, the importance of this game, because Julie Fitzgerald only just had a tactical timeout, wants another one, doesn't want this scoreline to blow out any more than 2 goals.
I've heard the line for a long time, okay? Keep that BCL, all right? And have a look at that, like, just sit on the ocean.
Make sure again we're central. We need that centre pass central.
Guys, if we need... We're getting a little bit excited sometimes too. If we need to take the pace off as the ball comes down the court, that's fine. It just means we don't stand. It means we might move and then make another move somewhere else. You did it once really well. We just took the pace off and settled again, all right? First ball contest. Do not let them throw that ball out.
Listen
up. They're doing little tiny short passes. We should be moving on them, not watching it, okay?
Let's go. Back to own job first. Yeah? So in attack, that's beating your one-on-one. In defense, it's staying on her one-on-one. Own job first, hold each other accountable. Yeah. Here we go. Giants on 3, 1, 2, 3. Giants!
Joe Harton speaking there. Before that, the inimitable Julie Fitzgerald in her 27th season in the National League. If she's not got enough on her plate, she's the Kelpies assistant coach as well.
Yeah, I know, she just loves it, doesn't she? But that was the most excitable I've seen Julie in a huddle in a long time. She really is invested in this game.
As are her players.
Advantage contact wing defence.
Lightning by 2 and in possession.
Advantage obstruction centre.
Conan looking for the ball.
In the circle.
It's off the Giants.
That's it.
Fretwell long for Lisa Mymine quickly. Back to Cara Conan. That's nice from the visitors.
Oh, Pittman!
Yeah, 3 seconds.
Absolutely nothing coming though. Everybody wide, everybody behind their player, and the Lightning have absolutely pounced on it.
Looking for the biggest lead of the game here. Cara Conan sends the Lightning out by 4. And they've got centre pass as well, so important moments here for the Giants. Winders knows it, fighting with Watson, who feeds Conan for another goal.
There's a lot to be said about the timing of those timeouts, isn't there? Because I think Julie Fitzgerald wanted to stem the momentum for the Lightning, but it's almost stopped her own side.
17 all in the first quarter. It's Lightning 13-8 in the second. Harton just stems the momentum. Now it's the Giants' defensive end needing a big result. Conan for Fretwell. Back to Cara, who has a better look. And just continues to deliver. 21 of 21.
Oh,
I
wish she'd just backed herself. You saw she went out hesitantly. If she'd just gone and taken that ball with 2 hands, it would have been hers.
Here's Jamie Lee Price needing an option. Sophie Dwyer for Harton. Leading Tara Hinchliffe. Yeah, a close call for the Lightning. My. Watson made that look easy.
Well, again, though, there seems to be an undefended player. Sam Winders, I think, giving my too much space.
Let's come around. Just there.
Watson. Conan back to her centre. Here's Fretwell. We are in the power 5, but they'll go to Conan. Well, Stacey, in these important minutes late in the first half, what do the Giants need to do? Get over to Stacey in a moment. And it's Harton. To Jamie Lee Price, back to her fellow co-captain. From a long way out, Harton makes it look easy. Fans love it. More of that they wish.
Well, I feel like they'll get their wish too, because Joe Harton is looking good, looking confident.
Now, Conan. So, Stacey, over to you. Giants, important minutes, aren't they?
Absolutely, and I wish I'd pressed the right button because I would have sounded like a genius. What I was going to say is Giants should absolutely go to that weapon that is their ability to shoot those 2-point goals, which was beautifully exampled by Jo Harton in that previous one.
It may still happen for you, Stace. I feel like she's got another one up her sleeve.
And she does.
Thank you. Country mates always.
They were 22 of 35 coming into this game at 63%. Are they going to shoot their way out of trouble from distance this evening?
Yeah, Jo Harton just 45% for super shots this season.
Conan happy to go up by 1, Cat.
Why would you not? It's keeping a nice little buffer.
So Harton 3 of 4 in terms of the Suncorp super shot. And Pittman throws it away. Irvin got her hands in the way and picks up the loose ball as well. Coming into this game, Ash Irvin, 5 intercepts, 25 deflections, 3rd in the league in that regard. 11 games. And they're coming her way again, the Giants. Sophie Dwyer thought about the 2, goes to Harton. It's 34-32.
I would have made that decision too. The long arms of Ash Irvin over the shot.
Riley Batcheldor, like she was late in the first quarter, out there to finish the second and try and get this rebound. Tilly McDonald says no. The crowd shows its appreciation. And the Giants through Ward and Winders find the scoring 3rd. Contact called on Lisa Maimai. Dwyer for Harton. And it goes over the falls. They're back within 1 and with centre pass. Sophie Dwyer will walk up the court because Eagland has been whistled.
Oh, this is the issue with 2 shooters that are prepared to shoot long distance. They've got a massive circle to cover defensively, the Lightning.
Sophie Dwyer puts the Giants back in front. Hunting just their 3rd quarter win of the season. Into the final minute of the half. Batcheldor. Fretwell on the move, getting away from Jodie Ann Ward. Fretwell for 2, no. Says Riley, you have a go. Riley Batcheldor. Straight through the net. Now the Lightning lead again.
Oh, we wanted a close game, didn't we? It has delivered. Yeah, this is the change of pace that Julie Fitzgerald requested in the last time out. Doesn't always have to be speedy. This is going to be a massive shot.
It goes through with 10 to play in the first half. Fist pumps on the floor and in the stands. And now the Giants cause some disruption defensively. And look at Julie Fitzgerald. this game means something. At 0-4, she's animated, she's screaming from the bench. And that will do us for the half. They were down big time in the second quarter, the Giants. They rallied and they've come back to take the term 20-19. They win just their third quarter of the season. It's been on the back of the veteran, Chelsea Pittman, scoring big on the Nissan net points front. And she is standing by with Stacey.
Chelsea Pittman out of the starting 7 last week, leading the Nissan net points at half-time for the Giants this week. What did you come into the game with thinking?
I just needed to do my role and dominate in that and let the rest take care of itself. So something I'm working on is punish that circle edge, and that's my job in my head at the moment. And I think I'm doing pretty good.
I agree. There seems to be an increase in intensity from the Giants across the whole court this week. Has training really dictated how we're seeing you play this evening?
I think we're just really desperate, and it's showing, and I'm saying that in a real positive way, not in a negative way. And you know what, this is what we've got to bring every single week. So we're just hustling, we want to get onto every loose ball, and just have fun out there. Sometimes when you're losing, that's the first thing you forget, is that you love the game. So we're just enjoying it.
Can't wait to see you more desperate and in love with the game in the second half.
Back to basics, Chelsea Pittman and the Giants. They've been fantastic in the first half. Hustle and fun, and it has shone through. Hannah, Stacey and Kat standing by with the halftime show. And tomorrow we're back here, the final game in round 5. The Swifts against the Vixens. Expect a big crowd, expect plenty of rivalry. The Sergeant McInnes Cup. It's on the line in this great clash. Suncorp Super Netball. It continues tomorrow on Fox Netball, but after the break, the halftime show with the Giants leading the Lightning by 1. Who's going to join the Fever and Thunderbirds as round 5 winners from this game? Will it be the Giants or the Lightning? Well, Kath Cox, as you put up in the halftime show, little between these teams statistically, and it's reflected on the scoreboard at 37-36 to the Giants.
Yeah, the big test now for both of these sides, though, is continuing that. We heard Steph Brett say in the pre-game that they've been good for majority of the game, but there's that period of time that really lets them down, and that's when they lose it. So this is a big test for them.
Essential services round being celebrated by the Giants. Great to see the SES delivering the ball. And we're going to go straight to Julie Fitzgerald. Julie, at halftime we heard Chelsea Pittman, who was fantastic, use the words hustle and fun. It looked like the first half had all of that for the Giants. What was your take on it?
Oh, look, I'm really pleased with the effort, both in attack and defence. Obviously, it's halfway, and as you said about Lightning, for us, it's been consistent across the game, but it's certainly the best start we've had, and we're happy with that.
Jules, talk to us about this week. It was a big loss, a disheartening loss to the Thunderbirds last week. What's been one of the main focuses this week?
Look, I've been really, really proud of the attitude of this team. As you know, we've had a horrible start to the season, but they've worked tremendously hard. We've constantly looked at where we can improve and how, and I think we're seeing some of that now.
Julie, defensively, the team seemed to be really building into this game. Has there been a chat about that need for zero phase and bringing a little bit of physicality to rattle the Lightning?
I think it's just being in the contest and second efforts. I think we've had patches where our defence has been good throughout the season, but not consistently.
Steph Fretwell shows us her range. Julie, Joe Harton, your co-captain, fantastic in the first half. You going to keep mum and dad here for the rest of the season?
I think she's been pretty good for most of the season, to be honest.
Good on you, Julie. Enjoy the rest of the game. Good luck from this point onwards. Great to have access to the Giants. Coach there out of half-time. Her team up by 2. 39-37, early stages of this third quarter.
Don't you love Julie Fitzgerald, though? She will back her players in no matter what. And another huge win. They're playing with some guts and some pride tonight, aren't they, the Giants?
Jamie Lee Price had the coach out of her seat. Applauding that one.
Oh,
Sophie Dwyer keeps it in play. Harton has a hop, skip and a jump in her step tonight.
Oh,
and there's a goal at the end of it, Kat.
Yeah, what a shame Sophie Dwyer couldn't land that pass, because it was an absolute beauty from the captain.
Throw in.
So Giants ball, throw in baseline.
That's it.
Pittman quickly, the 1-2 with Joe Harton. And this is a good start to the third quarter. 4-1 in favour of the Giants.
Yeah, Joe Harton is not mucking around, is he? Just saw her talking to herself. Focused.
Well, the Lightning score through Fretwell, and they'll be used to this scenario. Their last 2 games have been thrillers, nail-biters. 1 to extra time before the 1-goal loss last weekend.
Great start to this quarter for the Giants. They're winning at 4-2. A reminder that they have not won a third quarter this season either.
Hadn't won the first or a third quarter this season coming into this game. It was 17 all in the first term tonight. It was Dwyer leaving the shot short. The rebound taken by Tara Hinchliffe. And now Liz Watson looks for an option. Eagland. Watson for my. Now Conan, it's hard going for the Lightning. Fretwell for Conan. And she'll goal from there. Stacey, over to you.
Such an interesting point that you guys make about Giants being in the lead and Lightning having been in such close games throughout the season. When it comes down to it at the crunch moment, do you think Giants are able to hold the pressure that they've been putting out so far, Kat?
I'll defer to the diamond in a moment. We'll stick with Steph Fretwell about Stacey wondering whether the close games that the Lightning have played in will serve the Lightning as we head down the stretch, Kath.
Yeah, they absolutely will. I mean, we saw the West Coast Fever in this position a lot last season, and whilst they really struggled with it that season, I think it's put them in really good stead this year. But it's those moments you learn a little something about yourself in each occasion, and eventually it's going to work for them.
Good defence there from Tara Hinchliffe just to get in the way momentarily and stop the pass from Harton. Looking for Dwyer. They work and get the goal in the end though. 43-39. The biggest lead of the game is 5 goals in favour of the Lightning. This is now the Giants' biggest advantage in this contest. Watson with another feed for Cara Conan. We've seen them in green and gold. Here they are in blue and gold, combining well again.
It's not this one.
Now, Harton. Pittman for Sophie Dwyer. Tough shot. She makes it look easy. And the crowd sensing some momentum here for the Giants.
Yeah, just warming yourself up there, Sophie Dwyer, for that Power 5 time.
Conan at post is just a banker.
Great goal defense,
Into this game shooting at 98%.
Advantage obstruction, centre.
She's 26 of 26 so far. And Sophie Dwyer, she's good from range. We're not in the Power 5 yet, but that's the sort of distance she'll look to cash in on at the back end of this quarter. Stacey, I'll come to you about Cara Conan, just a gimme when she's at post. So what do the Giants do to try and minimise her input from this point forth?
You're absolutely right. I feel like a couple of years ago now, Cara Conan completely transformed her game, really nailed a shooting zone that she's comfortable to shoot from. She's incredibly reliable under the post. She does leave the circle though, so that does give the defender an opportunity to do some work out there, follow her and try and win ball on that exit, or keep her out there and delay her from going back to her comfort zone. Pretty
handy on the rebounding front as well.
Yeah, she's brilliant in every facet of the game. I do wonder though, eventually, if her lack of shooting from distance will catch up to her as this game evolves more into a rotation and a Power 5 time where they really capitalise. But for the moment, no issues.
I mentioned that rebound that she just took. Well, she came into the game 14 offensive rebounds, 4th in the league. Watson puts it in the air. Conan plants that foot, gets to post and gets another goal.
Such a quick release too on that shot, so very few defenders can interfere with it. Oh, what a ball!
All alone, Riley Batcheldor.
Nothing better than turning as a wing attack and sighting that under the post. Great release from Lizzie Watson. Great vision.
It's your arms around. Yes.
Liz Watson still trailing Chelsea Pittman in the Nissan net point department. Big game from Chelsea. I thought she summed up the contest at half-time brilliantly. And now Hartman. Look at her lifting her team. They want to break the duck. They want their first win of 2024. Riley Batcheldor on the move. Goes to Watson. Jodie-Ann Ward called out of it. Now, Tilly McDonald likewise. Cara just keeps it clocking over, back within 1 goal. They're the match leaders. Cara Conan 78. Nissan net points, Pittman with 73, so Cara going past Chelsea over the last few minutes.
Outside, yes. Obstruction, arms first ball, people from the side. No, step back on attack. It was from the side, so just take
Yeah, cheeky work, Sophie Dwyer just trying to creep in even closer. Oh, just as they knock the post there as well, dribbles in for the Giants.
Shooters wouldn't do that, would they, Kate? Here's my.
Yeah, again, my when she's on, seems to be undefended a lot of the time. I don't know if that's that she's that elusive or they're just letting her have that space and picking up a double defence.
Only game 10 in Suncorp Super Netball. This is her first full-time contract. Lisa Maimai as the Giants find Dwyer and they find another goal. 48-46. A minute and a bit left until the Power 5.
Some big gaps opening up in attack for both sides, being able to let those long balls go.
The Winders caught one to the chops there. Looked at the umpires and received absolutely no love.
Well, we'll have a look at that replay. Liz Watson just trying to get some space, whip the ball around. Oh, this connection growing and growing in this game. Been missing for a little while. Have a look at this.
There's the mid-court battle. After that, it was a great drive from Sophie Dwyer. Watson, Batcheldor. Now Conan in the air. Defying Tilly McDonald, Cat.
Oh, well, she's in the right place. She's doing everything right. It's the timing on the jump, though. The ball going into Conan has been pinpoint. Jo Hart, you can tell when she's having a good game because she plays like the ball is on a string.
Yeah. They started the game in slick fashion. They've been able to maintain that, a consistent performance from the Giants.
Well, now Jo Harton is just toying with everyone, though.
As the sound in the background signals the start of the Power 5. The Suncorp super shot is open. It's just one the difference. So what is the thinking of these two teams?
Outside the circle, that's it.
The lower percentage shot. Well, there's your answer. Sophie Dwyer. When you shoot it like that, why not? Sophie Dwyer with a super shot. 52-49.
4 from 5 for Sophie Dwyer. Takes the lead in terms of number taken. Good to see her teammate right behind her.
My. Through Watson. Batcheldor. We know this is her shot. That's why. Quality at both ends of the floor.
They're getting longer. Oh, Jo Harton will want to get on with it here. Irvin on the ground.
You're not suggesting a three-point shot from mid-court, are you, Kat?
Well, I think they're capable.
Cara Conan.
Oh, my. Well done, both players there. You can see Hinchcliffe held on to the ball because she could see the defensive player was going to overrun it. My, the little pivot, head back the other way.
After a couple of one-sided games to open the round, I am loving this. Cass Cox, Cara Conan fighting at posts. And it is 52 on 52 with 3:22 left in the third. Julie Fitzgerald calls an HCF tactical timeout. Hasn't been afraid to pull the trigger in that department during this game.
Absolutely not. Let's have a listen and see what it is she's after.
Basically, she's going to go. She's coming out whenever she wants to. We're chasing her around. Sammy, you can keep a little eye out. Be on an angle to watch those ones with current in the middle. You might be able to have a go at some of those, but it's all about the angle. And it's home drop first. We don't chase it, all right?
Just a bit of this to get her to...
Charles, what I don't like is when we're here and we come back and we're parallel, right? So stay deep. Fight to get to the edge of the circle, not so we're all in the pockets. Right? If the ball's here, I don't want to see you come back up here and be wide parallel over. Okay. Guys, listen up.
This yucky space. Here we go.
Listen up. Really important. We have cool heads now. Really want the energy after the first 3 minutes. All right?
Julie Fitzgerald, she started that time out with some really specific instructions to Tilly McDonald, then Sam Winders, then Chelsea Pittman, then a team message at the end, Kath. What did you make of it?
Yeah, look, Tilly McDonald is definitely on Julie Fitzgerald's radar. She's been the first person she's gone to every time because she knows what a massive job she's got trying to contain Cara Conan. The Lightning will be wrapped. Oh, I was going to say, firstly, if that's it, but by the fact they've got themselves back into this third quarter, they were down by 3 at the start. They're winning this third quarter by 1 now.
Here's Tilly McDonald putting it on the floor through Jamie Lee Price. Dwyer long for Harton. And Joe Hart, little step back goal for Flair as the Giants go back in front.
Well, again, Irvin not fully committing. I reckon she could have taken that intercept.
They get a result, though, the Lightning. Lisa Maimai for Conan. Natchaldor had a hand in the air, and Conan didn't see it, and now back towards the Giants.
Well, a couple of players prepared to hold the ball that little longer. Not let that snowball of mistakes happen.
Price, Harton, Maddie Hinchliffe almost getting hand to ball. Instead it falls for Sophie Dwyer. Batchelor quickly through Conan and Watson. And now in the backspace, it's Cara Conan. Tilly McDonald being made to work really hard. The good players always seem to have so much time. And Cara Conan certainly has that. Time and poise.
Oh, smart choice of pass again. Joe Hart, though, not interested in this 1-point stuff.
Sophie Dwyer. A super shot, she gets the rebound. Back to Joe Harton. They can reload the Giants.
Well, again, opportunities to shoot it in the 1. And they want the 2. They're going for the jugular here, the Giants.
And they change their minds. Go to posts. Final minute of the third. The Giants are winning this quarter by 1. They won the second by 1. After it was all square at 17 in the first. Conan all alone, spotted by Watson. Easy for the Lightning.
Well, the Giants get a 2 here, and surely they've secured this third quarter win, their first of the season.
Jodie-Ann Ward finding Pittman. To Ward. So Maddie Hinchliffe called out a play. Harton.
Wing defense contact.
Winders getting a ball movement here from the Giants. Only seconds remaining in the third quarter, and they mess it up. The first piece of indecisiveness we've seen that I can remember from the Giants, it finishes in the third at 18 all. First quarter locked at 17. So it's the Giants by 1, courtesy their 1-goal advantage in the second quarter. What a game we have at three-quarter time. Giants 55, Lightning 54.
So, lead back. All right, we don't think it's something better. If we're not going to let it go, fake it so they can change the line and get another quick one back. All right, the minute we hesitate is where we're losing it. All right, good job here on the centre pass. Good variety. These kids have got to connect every time, okay? To connect who's got the line, who's going back. Make sure if you're on second phase, Rui, that you've still got a
It's an Origin Energy quarter-time huddle. We've got a thriller here, 55-54. You might notice the Giants playing in black armbands tonight. That's in honour of Isabella Betts, a young lady the club met through Ronald McDonald House. Our thoughts with everyone who knew beautiful Isabella. Nice touch from the Giants. And of course, the Lightning playing in the purple armbands, the colour which represents domestic violence awareness. Sport will shine a light on this national crisis. Let's end violence against women.
Yeah, this is so fantastic. Every team and the umpires will continue to wear the purple armbands right throughout the season. The Giants have them on as well, but they're up on their top of their uniforms. You can see them there.
So they're back on the floor for this final quarter. Kath, what's going to be the difference here? Single-figure leads swapped regularly. What's the game breaker?
Yeah, it's absolutely keeping their heads and keeping their cool in these moments. I've just had a quick look through the stats, and I want to highlight a player, Liz Watson. Always so dominant. I think we're just so used to seeing it, it doesn't necessarily stand out. She's on 43 feeds already, and we've still got 15 minutes of play left. So rest assured, she will be a big part of what happens, and it'll be the leadership and the maturity as to who wins this game.
Her 170 feeds across the first 4 rounds, leading the league, and she's got 43 to this point. The crowd trying to lift the Giants in this important 4th term. They get a defensive result. Tilly McDonald, her hand in the air. And now Harton on the move. Had to pass the ball for Jamie Lee Price. Dwyer. Hinchcliffe working defensively.
Ooh.
Thoughts?
Yeah, not a short pass. But I'm not an umpire, and the umpire clearly has a better vantage point. It certainly looked a decent distance from here. Massive opportunity, though. The Lightning can score from it.
Little calls like that can turn out to be big moments. Conan goaling at the other end. Here it is on the Harvey Norman replay.
Yeah, looks like plenty of room again to me, but, you know, as I say, not an umpire. We have the beauty of the replay.
Ash Irving credulous there. She thought she'd done enough. Joe Harton only missed the one shot tonight. It was a super shot. Here's Lisa Maimai on the move. Back for Watson. Another feed for Kara Conan. The hand pressure from Jodie Ann Ward, and the ball jumps out.
Tilly McDonald again, though, in the right place, doing all the right things. Stace, just not enough height-wise, or that challenge in the air. The timing's a little out.
No, you're right, and that is an area that Giants struggle with, that rebounding, but she is wearing Kara Conan. She's staying in the game. She's recognising the moments, and the score is tight, so the tide could turn for her.
Very tight. Pittman. Good pressure from Maddie Hinchcliffe. First on Pittman, then Harton. Irvin working hard to join that defensive party, Kath.
Yeah, well, she's now stuck out of play, though, outside the circle. So a 2-on-1 inside the circle. You can see Joe Harton setting the screen, trying to give Dwyer that easy ball.
Watson. Batcheldor. Early minutes in this final quarter. Watson finding Kara Conan.
Well, that's the mismatch they want to exploit all day long, the height difference of Ward and Conan we spoke about earlier in the game. And look at that shooting there from Kara Conan. Couple of blimps on the radar happening on the sides.
57 all game tight, Cat. Steph Fretwell, the captain, sitting. What are your thoughts? As Batcheldor is fed by Liz Watson.
Well, she's
and
up
gets the
on her
result.
feet. She's clapping, she's cheering, she's being loud, but at the moment, it continues to work for the Lightning, so no real reason to make any changes.
Advantage offside, advantage contact, wing defence.
Here's Batcheldor and Conan working in together. Goal for the time being. Who's going to blink first? Where does the run come from? As Price finds Jodie Ann Ward. Pittman, Hart, nice! The fake.
I just clapped.
The no-look
That's how
pass
good that
came.
was. Wow.
And a nice cut from Dwyer to find that position. Good netball. We've still got 11 minutes left.
Well, it's not a showy down the Lightning attacking, but they're getting the job done, aren't they? There's their captain on the bench screaming out the encouragement.
Price, Harton, home alone. Another goal for Joe. Now my. The Lightning, extra time, a defeat against the Thunderbirds. Last week, down by 1 against the Mavericks. Here they are, up by 2 against the Giants, and Harton off balance. Jamie Lee Price, now Dwyer.
Well, that was some impressive core strength from Joe Harton. On 1 foot for a long time, 1 the difference. It's 2 the difference in this fourth quarter, though. The Lightning, little in front.
Hands in from Price. Couldn't force the turnover. Conan back for my. Great at finding position, Cara.
Yeah, one of the best in the game, if not the best in the game, at finding those little gaps right under the post. Oh, that was in the air for a very long time. My had a good crack at it, but Winders. Athleticism to keep that ball alive.
Dwyer won the difference. Who wants this game most?
Have a look at this Harvey Norman replay. Sam Winders keeps her eye on the ball and on the sideline. Long way out.
Advantage obstruction.
Batcheldor working in with Watson.
Obstruction, goal defence, distance.
Back to centre pass. Giants ball. Now Price for Dwyer.
Oh, Joey Harton, you can see really nudging Eaglin out of the way. Got to be careful not to make that too obvious. Oh, Julie Fitzgerald, look how desperate she is for a win.
Batcheldor and Watson. Tense times at Ken Rosewall Arena. Belinda Reynolds, Jenny Brazel riding the Lightning. Surely the heartbreak can't continue, they think. Well, the Giants are here saying, what about us? We're trying to win a game. The first of the season.
Oh, they've got to stay in touch. They're down by 3 now in this fourth quarter.
So Joe Harton with the goal. Stacey, your predictions pre-game. Extra time and a super shot to win it. I'm still not convinced you're wrong.
Well, Matisse Leatherbarrow's not on the court yet, though. There might be a flaw in your tipping there.
Yes, centre beside.
Yeah, I feel like there's a bit of a double negative there from Matty. He's not convinced that I'm wrong, but it's a possibility it maybe might not happen.
You've confused me now. And that's easily done. So Matisse Leatherbarrow, that was the prediction. Matisse Leatherbarrow, super shot to win it.
I'll tell you what, there she is. We'll all be holding our breath if she gets on the court in these last minutes. Well, there's that win that you were talking about, Stacey Francis-Bayman.
Absolutely right. She does not have to be up there high on the stats, but she does need to be there in the moments. Unfortunately, Giants did not capitalise off of that opportunity.
Yeah, the work undone, Stacey, is the Lightning now through Watson. Conan. Actual door leaves the circle and Conan in the air, pestered by Jodie Ann Ward.
Oh my God, those moments are frustrating though, aren't they, for a coach when you finally get one of those wins to give it back.
So an HGF tactical timeout called by Belinda Reynolds. Let's listen in.
Coming out. Ash. All right. We can't allow them to have the short ball, all right? So we have to get around front in the circle. Both Tazi and you front all the time to force the ball in the air, all right? Put the feeders under pressure. If you get wrong footed, you can't have a fly at the ball. You have to play front in there, all right? Lisa and Matt, all right? We don't want contacts, but you need to get it amongst those lateral balls. So get a good angle, try and force wide on the centre pass, and then have a crack at the lateral ball. If they're having a crack at the lateral ball, might be something longer. We need a win ball right now. We do it now, and then we play ball that one-on-one style into 2 points.
So if we're getting a lot of centre passes, do I double back on her? Or Sophie?
Yeah, you can, but just step right. Just push her wide a little bit more. Nice and connected on the centre pass. Play to one. Play to one, yes?
Yeah.
Remember, if we look at it, it's not there, it's gone. Yeah. Mongrel, let's go. Money or two? Money!
The last word of that HCF tactical timeout, Mongrel, they want to fight until the end, Kath.
Yeah, really interesting though to also hear Belinda Reynolds say we need to win ball right now. They're up by 2 right now, but they want to get it out of the reach, knowing full well that Dwyer and Harton will go to town in a minute and a half in that power 5.
We have a Suncorp Super Netball thriller. Pittman strong for Joe Harton. And she leaves it short, Joe. Irvin with the infringements.
Unlucky. Ash Irvin, for mine, had that in her hands.
Great story, Ash Irvin. She was a shooter until she had a tough shooting year in 2020. Tried defence, loved it. She said the netball gods looked after me. It was fate. If she hadn't moved from the scoring circle to defence, she mightn't be here. Here's Batchel Gore. It goes wrong for the Lightning.
Goal shooter, obstruction.
Oh, wow, it is all happening.
It's a 1-goal game, that's why. 2 desperate teams. As I said off the top, the time is now. Harton, Price.
Well, you can see Dwyer pointing to the floorboards, put it down, get it in that safe space. Look at the physicality in the circles now.
Tara Hinchliffe doing the work defensively, not afraid to bump bodies in there.
Tell you what, Ash Irvin is having an absolute crack in these dying minutes.
A reminder, if you've joined us late, no Mahalia Cassidy or Courtney Bruce for the Lightning. Injured last week, Cassidy rolled ankle, Courtney Bruce calf. We know that the Giants have been down Maddie Hay with that significant hip injury. So Stacey Francis-Bayman, over to you.
Really interesting change in the style of the Giants attackers for me. That first half they were playing at a blistering pace. Now they've really slowed things down. They're looking a little bit more like Giants, playing ball on that second, third second. However, what Julie's constantly asking from them is just let the ball go, do the work, play towards goal in a direct fashion, but be patient.
Stacey, do you think what they've reverted to is a good thing or a bad thing, given how good they were in that first half?
I think what's really interesting for me is when you don't actually have that track record of confidence and success, it can really easily be broken. And I think we've seen times of that in the game today where they've stepped away from process that has worked.
I thought they've been fairly resilient, but now we'll tell. Down the stretch, inside the power 5. Straight after the netball tonight, Shamira Sterling-Humphrey on off the court. Really emotional yet uplifting. Don't miss that after this game. And I'm sure you'll be with us to the end, given the scoreline and how much a win is needed by both of these teams.
Well, the Lightning still chipping away at those 1-pointers, which means if the Giants can start to sink some 2s here, it's going to put real scoreboard pressure on the Lightning.
Sophie Dwyer to deliver on that front. It's in. Crowd responds. The Giants by 2.
Well, now what happens? You've got one shooter prepared to go the distance here.
They're looking for Bachelor.
Yeah, absolutely. That's an enormous amount of pressure now on Bachelor.
Yeah.
Cara Conan doesn't even want to take the ones here.
So they've shown their intention. Over to you, Riley. It jumps out. Giants fans jump to their feet. Advantage Giants.
Yeah, Lightning have got to get Fretwell on.
And here she comes, Kath. Harton makes it a 3-goal game, 69-66. 3 minutes left. Centre pass with the home team.
Well, still plenty of time. If the Lightning score, though, it's going to make this a real challenge. So if the Giants score, the Lightning need ball back. Oh, it's Irvin!
Irvin off the fingertips. It falls for Dwyer. Now the Lightning, they led by 4 last week and got run down. What happens tonight as they trail by 4? Riley Bachelor, big shot, bottom of the net. Ice cool, Riley Bachelor. 2 minutes 38 left, and we will have an HCF tactical timeout called by Belinda Reynolds.
Oh, isn't this interesting? It's turning into a basketball game with the constant stoppages at the end. Let's have a listen.
No, just you go, but try and force it wide, okay? Yep. All right. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Okay, we need to get this lateral wall, all right? If there's a reset, we go into structure and we just see ball and get ball. Don't worry about your direct opponent, all right? Okay, be alive on the edge, close the gap. They're liking to swing it open, so close the gap on that. Try and get some hands to it, okay? Stay alive on the edge. In attack, if there's a turnover, we're still going for the 2s, all right? We're trailing, we're fine. Let's go here. We need urgency from everyone. We're flooding on the centre pass D for a little bit, but then go back to one-on-one to take that ball away from you as well. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Come on. Lonnie on 2! Lonnie!
I mentioned Shamira Sterling Humphrey on off the court. Who knows what time that goes to where we could yet have extra time. 5 minutes each way. The Suncorp super shot in action the whole way. There are the guidelines on screen, but for the time being, Giants by 2.
And all I heard in that timeout was, we are going for the 2s. Coming out of the mouth of Belinda Reynolds. I suspect that's what both sides will be doing.
So it'll be Steph Fretwell and Riley Bachelor for the Lightning. Joe Harton, Sophie Dwyer for the Giants. The home team getting first crack. And there's Dwyer. He says, I'll take one. We're up by 2. Why not? They can play the percentages for the time being.
Wing defence, contact. Wing defence, come back, step back.
Well, giving them an opportunity to set something up here, the Lightning.
Yes.
63% super shot team this season coming into this game. Riley Bachelor again.
Does not look like missing.
The Giants have been a 54% super shot team, but they're out by 1. What are their tactics here?
Well, the tactics got to be go for a 2. If they're only going for a 1, they're only going to be...
Oh, turnover! The Lightning come off the floor. The difference is 1. They can take the lead right here. Riley Bachelor says, let's lock it up.
Oh, wow. There's the Harvey Norman replay through the hands, picked up by the Lightning, and another HCF tactical timeout.
This time, it's Julie Fitzgerald's. And this time we want to listen in. What are the instructions? We'll rush a microphone to her.
Standing behind on the 2, away from the all right? Have heads down here, we score at our own centre. As Joe said, we defend everything now, everything we can.
Just roll the attack over the line on their centre pass every time. So then she has to do
4. Come on, here we go. Giants on 3, 1, 2, 3. Giants!
Joe Hartons don't die wondering. A minute 24 left. The Lightning with centre pass.
Well, hasn't Joe Harton's manner changed? In every other timeout, she has the last word. She's very calming before they go back on court. Woo! Upped the ante.
Test of nerves. Who has ice pumping through their veins? I think Sophie Dwyer does. Seen enough of her.
Well, Stacey Francis-Bayman recognising before the difference between the Giants in the first half and the pace on the game to the second half, and you heard Joe Harton saying, let's get the ball going, let it go again.
All good, and it's Lightning centre pass. Yes.
Yep, Lightning centre pass. Look how tight it's been quarter by quarter through this gripping contest. Watson for Batcheldor. Now Fretwell.
Contact, wing defence, contact.
Winders called for the contact.
At the circle edge. Yes, that's it.
It's Fretwell. My. Fretwell says we're taking it to Riley Batcheldor from an angle. This time it's off the mark. The rebound, Jodie Ann Ward wins ball for the Giants. Pittman inside the final minute. Chelsea has been huge for the Giants. Batcheldor called for the contact. Did get hand the ball, but illegally, say the umpires, as Harton goes across court. Jamie Lee Price, and jumping in there, it's Hinchliffe. It's Tari Hinchliffe winning ball for the Lightning.
They want to chew up as much time whilst they score here, though, the Lightning, because it is the Giants centre pass to follow.
My, under pressure. She went out of court, but only after contact from Jamie Lee. Watson, Batcheldor.
Playing around with it too much. They've still got to score here. They can take the game now.
And instead it's Price, straight back to Watson. No, Giants ball. Time expires. We are going to extra time. It was always going to be that sort of finish. It was predicted before the opening centre pass. Stacey Francis-Bayman, you are an oracle.
I think I'm the only happy person in Penrose Hall Arena at the moment. Double fist pump from the sideline because we get to see some more incredible netball.
Well, what's happening here? The teams are shaking hands like the contest is over.
There's extra time.
Well,
it's 71-70.
According to the scoreboard in the stadium, the Lightning have won by 71-70.
Well, our official stats in front of us are 71 all. It really feels like a new game.
It does.
Given the confusion, given the long break, a challenge for everyone. The players, the coaches, how do they play it from here tactically and emotionally? There's a lot on the table.
Yeah, and well, both sides, I think, will want to start from scratch as well. They've left behind that regular time period. This really is about a fresh start, and as I mentioned, that start will be absolutely critical.
Well, it's not far away now. Thank you for your patience wherever you're watching tonight.
The important thing to remember in the extra time is there's no timeouts. So we saw an abundance of timeouts, didn't we, in the regular time right towards the end when they really couldn't pull away from each other. So that's the real challenge now for the coaches, is they've got to get everything out, all their instruction, everything they want their teams to work on in this first 5 minutes right now. Send them out, let them do the job.
You mentioned it. It was looking like a real tactic, the timeouts. That's why it's called a tactical timeout.
Yeah,
Call
we don't
at the
often,
right time.
Yeah, absolutely, but we don't often see that many of them back to back to back in the final minutes of a game. Well, there you go. There's the whistle from the umpire.
The whistle has never sounded so good, Cass. And the crowd showing its appreciation as well. I'm looking across the players' faces. There are smiles on most of them. They're happy to be playing again. A few of them actually putting their hands in the air and applauding the crowd. And Matisse Leatherbarrow will start the extra time period having not played in regulation. What a move from Julie Fitzgerald.
That is actually unbelievable, to take the experience of Jo Harten off in this moment.
And straight away, Matisse Leatherbarrow is on target. What a way to resume. Welcome to the game, Matisse. Those who've hung around enjoyed that.
It was now the time we remind people that Stacey Francis Bayman's tip was extra time, Matisse Leatherbarrow to shoot a 2-point shot to win the game for the Giants.
Riley Batcheldor trying to return fire. The rebound falls for Lisa Maimai. And it's Giants ball.
Look at the
offensive
smile.
contact.
Yeah, the smile on the face of Cara Conan, can't believe it. Well, she's just got to get on with the job now.
And the intercept from Batcheldor, but the Giants keep possession. Chelsea Pittman big to start the game. Can she be big to finish it? Trying to find a pass in the air. Irvin gets hand to ball. A couple of young guns going at it. Ash Irvin, Matisse Leatherbarrow.
What a pressure cooker for Matisse Leatherbarrow.
It's off Ash Irvin, still with the Giants. But life's difficult for them right here. Jamie Lee Price for Pittman.
Got to keep the movement, the Giants, and that's where Jo Harten was so valuable for them.
Leatherbarrow at the post makes it 74-71.
Centre pass to follow too for the Giants, so they can really put some early pressure on the Sunshine Coast Lightning.
Well, this really would be coming back from the dead, wouldn't it? They shook hands as a beaten team at the end of regulation, believing they were wronged. The score assessment proved so, and look at this from Sophie Dwyer. Another Suncorp super shot, 76-71.
Out of the gates, 5-zip in this extra time period, the Giants.
Conan. Happy with the one. Jenny Brazel, Belinda Reynolds watching on, instructing their team. Sophie Dwyer for Leatherbarrow, likes the look, pulls the trigger again. Same result. Matisse Leatherbarrow, Julie Fitzgerald's new favourite.
Actually can't believe what I'm seeing here, Maddie. To have not played a single minute of this game and have delivered what she's done already, and the Giants continue to dominate.
Well, I don't mean to embarrass you, Cass, but you're a shooting great as they turn it straight back. Just how testing is this for Matisse Leatherbarrow to sit for regulation, come in crunch time as Ward gets hand to ball and sink those shots, Matisse Leatherbarrow.
Incredibly tough. She hasn't felt the pace of the game. She hasn't been in it. She hasn't discovered what this defensive unit is on about. But then to see the gains now coming in such spectacular fashion to the Giants.
And they're happy with the high percentage play now. Leatherbarrow for Sophie Dwyer.
Have a look at the Harvey Norman replay. It was the lift, Tilly McDonald, Jodie Ann Ward to the tip on the ball. 8-1 in extra time, only in 4 minutes of play.
Well, our question about who was best served, who handled that big break better, is being answered as Pittman
look at
Leatherbarrow. Sets her sights again, same result. They're standing at Ken Rosewell Arena and applauding Matisse Leatherbarrow. What a cameo. Off the bench in extra time, and she has been sensational. Steph Fretwell trying to answer her shot short, rebound. Tilly McDonald. The Giants are careering towards their first win. 30 seconds left in the first period of extra time. And the Giants are eyeing a double-figure lead. Easily the biggest of the game. And they've saved it for when it matters most. Extra time. Pittman. Got to go to the hot hand, surely.
Contact, we attack, contact.
Do you keep going to Leatherbarrow for the twos or high percentage?
Absolutely, look at her. She's demanding the ball.
Well, that's the end of the first period of regulation. The Giants not so smooth that final possession, but they'll care little. It's 81-72. They've won the first period of extra time, 10-1.
Outstanding. Look at the fired up faces, the passion. Julie Fitzgerald. Well, what an absolute masterstroke, and I've got to say, I can't be the only one thinking that was crazy to put Leatherbarrow into the game.
In attack, when looking at the width, give that wide one. Yeah, you're on one foot, you would not want that then, give it to Jamie, and then you feel chase
So the rest on one, the other one will come, right? Great job.
Keep working, fucking awesome. Fuck yeah, stay calm in attack, you're doing fucking awesome. That's the way, that's the way. Then you're going to get it. Here we go, here we go. 5 minutes.
Deep breath. 5 minutes, we're going to play really good netball, all right?
Here we go, 30 seconds.
Let's go.
No rush it. Still got nothing to lose.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
Someone in orange.
The desperation starts now. Here we go. Giants on 3. 1, 2, 3. Giants!
We're into the right slot where the language can be a little fruity, and they're fired up, the Giants. We'll forgive them for that. Good reason to be excited. Matisse Leatherbarrow, the star of the show. There are Giants fans who left with the irrits when they thought they'd been beaten 71-70. They're going to pick up the paper tomorrow and say, hang on, what happened here?
Absolutely, Matisse Leatherbarrow, 5 of those points to her name from the 10 in that extra time.
100% shooting. Here she is again. She'll do it with her eyes shut at the moment. So what have the Lightning got?
Well, right now the Giants are just being pests, aren't they? They're contesting everything. They're challenging every ball.
So the Giants with their biggest lead of the game. Riley Batcheldor eating into that. There's 2 off the deficit. They've got the sharpshooters head to head. Jodianne Ward under pressure. Jamie Lee Price takes the pass. Sophie Dwyer. Dwyer off balance. And now it's Leatherbarrow again. Matisse. She's riding this orange wave. So obstruction called
Top of the circle.
on
That's obstruction at the top of the circle.
Jamie Lee Price. She's pushed back into position by the umpires. Fretwell. She's been given a super shot.
Yeah, the contact's coming thick and fast, and so was that ball. Talking it fast, straight through the gap. Jamie Lee Price to Leatherbarrow. Can do no wrong here, the Giants.
84-76, 8 the difference. It's over to Batcheldor, shot short, rebound taken by McDonald. They're booming crucial times with each miss. Price. And Dwyer.
Leatherbarrow demanding the ball again. 2 brilliant options for the Giants in goals.
She's done it from the super shot. She's done it at the post. Now she's doing it from mid-range. There's nothing beyond her.
It was a hell ball.
3-second call.
Contact. It's inside. Wing defense are out of play.
Gonna have to attack the 2-point shots here. Fretwell's got to sink it.
Yes.
Well, have they run out of time here? The Sunshine Coast Lightning, the Giants continue with possession.
The defensive end needs a big play here. They need to force a turnover. Pittman, her experience crucial with Harton sitting. There's Eaglin trying to get a hand on it. And Jamie Lee Price, a cool head. There's the first miss, Leatherbarrow. She gets a rebound and makes good. Watson. Fretwell. Contact from Jodie Ann Ward, so Batcheldor goes back to Fretwell. There's two more, but is there time? 85-80. 90 seconds to play. Price. The Lightning would love an error. Batcheldor just to steady the ship. A miss. Eagling the rebound. And Hinchliffe, the sisters go through the hands. My. Got to score quickly. About to head inside the final minute. Fretwell.
And she knows it. She's demanding it.
Fretwell off target. Fans tell the story.
Well, the Giants will take their time here. They've got a decent buffer. Even if there is a turnover, they'll want to milk this clock as long as they possibly can.
No need for anything rash. Sophie Dwyer. Here's Pittman. The clock about to hit 30 seconds. The Giants through Leatherbarrow. Go ahead by 6. Sliger up and about. Alongside O'Brien. Hart watching on. The first centre pass of this game seems an eternity ago. Fretwell. Left open. Can't score, gets the rebounds. And she'll go again. But time is going to tick away. Jodie Ann Ward with the rebound. Jamie Lee Price. Final seconds. Pittman fittingly with the last touch. She goes back to Dwyer, and in the most controversial, drawn-out circumstances, the Giants break their duck.
What a performance from the Giants in that moment. To come out of the blocks like they did, they took that extra time, 15-9. And for Julie Fitzgerald to back in Matisse Leatherbarrow when she hadn't played a single minute of regular time, exceptional.
She looks like she's hyperventilating, Matisse Leatherbarrow. She's kept it all inside for so long, thrust into the contest in extra time to sink super shots, and she answers the coach's call.
Listen to the crowd. As you mentioned before, a lot of them had left the stadium, but the ones that remain, my gosh, they were treated to a brilliant period of extra time and a brilliant ending to what has been a fantastic game right throughout.
Let's just take in some of this atmosphere and some of these scenes as the Giants get their first win of the season. They thought they were dead. They thought they were down 71-70. Then the score correction came. We realised we were going to extra time, and up steps a 22-year-old by the name of Matisse Leatherbarrow. Stacey, over to you.
We cannot go without having a chat with the woman of the moment. For context, before the game started, I predicted a draw, Giants extra time, Matisse Leatherbarrow to score the 2-point shot. Be honest, what did you think when you started that extra time period?
I guess, first of all, I want to thank the crowd for staying back. Like, we have the best fans in the world and we couldn't have done it without them. But yeah, with the matches that we've had, we just really wanted to be in the contest this week, and it goes to show that we are. Like, all the girls that played before extra time absolutely killed it, and yeah, I just wanted to come on and do my role, and yeah, I was lucky enough for the twos to sink.
Talk to us about the importance of staying in the game. So we play extra time games now. You sat there for 60 minutes. How do you stay immersed and prepared so you know how to come on and execute?
I think it's just recognising my role. Obviously, I'm behind absolute world-class players in Joey and Soph, and I just know, obviously, what my strengths are the 2-point and just coming on and providing something a little bit different. So I think I just try and keep that really, my mindset and my role focused on making that impact, and yeah, that's pretty much all I think about.
Incredible work. Well done tonight.
Thanks, Stace. Thank you.
I thought it would be a good reception, and it was. The crowd applauding after the interview, the teammates embracing, and I dare say the Lightning captain is one disappointed player, Hannah.
Thank you, Matt. Steph Fretwell, thank you so much for your time in what's been a memorable day in your career, I'm sure, for all the wrong reasons, but your immediate emotion at full time tonight.
Look, I think you played at the scoreboard, so for us, when we had that 30 seconds, we had a turnover, our biggest thing was just keeping possession, and I think if we knew it was a draw, we probably would have gone for a goal. But when you're playing to a scoreboard and the scoreboard's wrong, and we'll, like, if it was a draw at the end of time, which it clearly was, like, we'll own that, but we probably would have played our last 30 seconds a little bit differently if we knew the scoreboard. But credit to the Giants, they came out in that extra time and absolutely killed it, and we weren't up to it in that extra time. It's something that we have to look at, and I guess we go back and hopefully, there's no scoreboard error coming in weeks to come.
Yeah, we certainly hope we never see something like this again. So at full time, when it was a draw, but you thought you'd won and you're shaking hands with the Giants, at what point was it communicated to you that it's a draw and you're going to have to get back out on court, warm up and play again?
So we had actually already gone back to the change room, and our physio had said to us, no D-strap. The time had also been quite a while, and we were very conscious. And, we got 10 minutes to warm back up, but we are carrying some injuries within our team. So I don't know what the time was, but it felt like quite a long time between knowing it, like there was something wrong to them when we warmed up. But we have to be, we came back out. It was a draw, and we've got to be better in that extra time. And they had 2-point power, and it's something that, as our group, we've got to be better at.
So what will be the key takeaway, looking at how you began that extra time period?
I think it's going with confidence and just playing our game. We can naturally play to a 1 and we can kick it out to a 2 if we need. But, it's definitely something that we have to look at. And, it kind of sucks when you think you'd gone 2 and 3, but now we're 1 and 4, and it doesn't put us in a great ladder position. But we've got to own our extra time performance.
As captain of this club, you're the one responsible with keeping the energy and leading this team. Is this one of the most challenging days of your career?
It was challenging, but also we have a really great group. Like, we got the Australian Diamonds captain in our team, and it's a big thing for us about energy, and it's not just me. Like, yes, out the front I've got to bring my energy, but we talk about it's our collective, and it's the collective power within our group. And probably looking at that extra time, maybe we were a little bit, I don't know, when you think you win and then you have to come back out and warm up, it's an emotional roller coaster, but something that, we've just got to be able to deal with, even though I hope it doesn't happen again.
None of us want it to happen again. Steph Fretwell, thank you so much for your time and your access, and good luck next week.
Thank you. Thanks.
Some grace and dignity in that interview from Steph Fretwell, but I get the sense there's some raw emotion bubbling just beneath the surface, not just for Steph, but many of the Lightning players. There are tears in the eyes, and there's a look of complete exasperation on their faces.
Yeah, and she's absolutely right about the regular time. The Lightning would have played down. They would have gone to that 1-point shot, and it would have been a very different position had they known the correct score. That's an issue. What isn't is that they had to then get back out on court and do something special with that extra time period. Both teams were in the same boat. Both teams, one had thought they'd lost, one had thought they'd won. That was deemed to be incorrect. They both had to get out here, warm up. Both had 10 minutes, play the extra time. I think, as she said, they've got to take ownership of that, and I agree, because the Giants kept their focus and they just did it far better.
71 all at the end of regulation becomes 86-80 after extra time as the Giants chalk their first win of the 2024 Suncorp Super Netball competition. The match summary, Kath, at half-time, at the end of regulation, it was so close. What numbers jump off the page to you there?
Well, straight away the shooting does, because when we looked at that at half-time, one was up at 89, one was 91. That is courtesy of the super shots and being forced into taking those longer ones. The Giants really did pick up a lot more balls, didn't they? They came to play, and the turnovers blew out a little bit as well. But I mean, really, by and large, those stats not dissimilar given what a close game that was from start to finish, and this is what it does to the ladder.
Makes it really important. Look at the Giants, they're still bottom, but 1-4 is much, much better than 0-5, which is what for a moment they thought they'd been subject to. And you can see how tight it is, that bottom half of the competition fighting to get into the top 4 and play finals netball again this season.